Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Just give me a second here. I can. Shalom, Zebulon Warrior. Let's go, champ. First and foremost, I want to say Chal Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Ruach HaKodesh. I want to send double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Send much peace, love, and salutations to you. I came out there pushing the word in sincerity and truth. It's the brother Ariala. And as y'all can see, the title, I put backbiters and jive turkeys will always be found out. Backbiters and jive turkeys will always be found out. And I just did a quick slang look up for the word jive turkey for a comedic effect. Jive turkey is someone who is unreliable, makes exaggerations or empty promises, or who is otherwise dishonest. And, you know, as Great Millstone has grown over the course, I would say especially over the last 5 to 7 years, we've gone through multiple bursts where a lot of brothers came in, you know, I would say 2009, 2010, and then probably around the time of 2000, between the back end of 2012 to 14. And then probably the latest burst has been, you know, post-Trump up until now. And now we're in the middle of an actual burst of brothers and sisters waking up. And it's always a beautiful time because there's a lot of growth. And it forces us to grow in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Those who are brothers that have been here, the apostles and the elders, we get to talking about how, you know, how can we make this better? How can we make that better? But then amongst that growth too, a lot of jive turkeys and backbiters expose themselves. And you can have it from two different areas. You can have it from an area of just someone who's naive, who really doesn't understand what this is about. And, you know, they're just a Han, a whole ass nigga that happens to leak themselves in. And the scriptures talk about that, crept in unawares. But then also you might have those who have been around for a while, and the growth and what's happening around them for whatever reason causes them to be offended. You know, they get upset about something. Now more responsibility is being laid on their shoulders. And a person who's not prepared for that type of responsibility tends to turn it back on the brotherhood. And so there's these different ways that people begin to backbite and come up against the very people that they were raised up with, the very elders and people that taught them everything they know. And it becomes a very toxic environment around a backbiter. You know, scripture says in the book of Proverbs 16 and 28th chapter, a froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends. You know, and we just came back from a trip to Mississippi. Had an absolute terrific time out there. I mean, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, it was just amazing, you know, to be amongst the Akyam. We had brothers from Alabama pull up, all of Louisiana pretty much pulled up, from St. Charles to Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, okay, and other areas in Louisiana. It was beautiful. Of course, you had the Mississippi brothers there, and you had Memphis pulled up, Nashville pulled up. And we kind of had a Southern conference. You know, we got to get with some of the top guys that were in each one of those camps and spread around the South and really discuss some mindset, talk about some culture, talk about some standards, because there has been a lot of growth and there has been a lot of issues that have happened over the years. And it's always good to make sure, you know, it's just like in a business. In the business, you have business conferences where you get to be around some of the top guys in the corporation. And for people tuning in, it's kind of like a CE course for you, for people who are newer to kind of catch up on what's the latest, right? But amongst that, you get to hear about some of the other things that's going on because of new growth. You hear stories of whisperers and just how toxic of an environment it creates for the brotherhood. You'll have a guy sitting amongst young men just talking shit about everybody, just saying this and just being disrespectful to the apostles and the elders. And a young brother don't know what's going on. They don't know why you're saying what you're saying. They just trust, the brother that they're with in that camp. They probably never even met the apostles and elders. They just learn through the camp that they're at and YouTube. But this guy is whispering. There's always issues with him, and he separated chief friends. And that's some of the things that we were hearing about at this. Once we got to meet up with Akian, we got to hear this and that. And now, of course, it was amongst all the beautiful things that we talked about. It wasn't just negative. It was way, way more positive than it was negative. But this right here was highlighted as something that needs to be dealt with. And I hope you, Akiam, and even some of you sisters that listen and tune in, you will beware of this spirit. Beware of that backbiting, whispering spirit. That negative energy, those type of people they're toxic. Okay. Verse 29 says, a violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. Okay. And these come from proud, forward guys. Guys that don't think they shit stink. You can't tell them nothing. You bring them to counsel on something that's everybody else's fault except them, but they're always the common denominator in some bullcorn. But it's never their fault. Okay? You got to watch out for guys like this, man. You got to watch out for guys like this. All right? Because during the season, you have all these people come in, and you'll know who, through the spirit, once you gain more experience, you'll be able to start to see things. All right, Sirach 37:1 says, every friend saith, I am his friend also. But there is a friend which is only a friend in name. All right, these Hans, whole ass niggas. The scriptures talk about whole ass niggas. So why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? The scriptures warn about whisperers and backbiters. So why wouldn't we warn about it? Okay. And if the shoe fits, get you a matching purse. If you feel like I'm talking about you and the shoe fits, God damn it, get you a matching purse. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Right? It is not a grief unto death when a companion and a friend is turned. Is it not a grief unto death when a friend and companion is turned to an enemy? It feels icky when someone who you thought you were close to, you found out they're just whispering, backbiting, talking crap, tearing down everything that's being built around them for whatever ego reasons. You got to watch out for these guys that are like that. Okay? Completely being toxic amongst the Akiam and spreading malice and hate. All right? For their own ego's sake too. These things happen, man, and it just feels terrible to hear about these things, but hey, it's written. I got this in the NLT in Proverbs 25:23. It says, as surely as a north wind brings rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. Someone who's gossiping all the time, man, it's just a negative vibe. Someone just talking shit, and it's just a negative, toxic vibe. And I tell you, Akiam, if there's someone who is around you that's in a camp, I don't care if it's the head of a camp, it ought not be so. It ought not be so. Jake sitting around sipping wine, eating chicken, and you got this one guy hating on every damn body, man, talking shit, talking down on the apostles. Apostle, man, you do this, that. Talking down on brothers. You got guys They'll sit and just roast guys in their own camp, just talk crap about guys in their own camp, man. It ought not be so, man. That is not how we conduct ourselves as brothers in this thing. That's some whole ass shit. Straight up. You know? Sirach 33:6 says, a stallion horse is a mocking friend. He neigheth under everyone that sitteth upon him, man. Just won't stop. Just won't stop, man. We hear certain stories about former members that was in Great Millstone and just all the crap they were talking constantly. And it's just like, ugh. But you get on the phone with him, hey, Shalom, bro, man. Hey, man, how you doing, man? Man, okay, man, we gotta come see y'all brothers, man. Yeah, man, bro, it's all good, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, man, hello, y'all watching me on shot. It's all good, bro, man. How you doing, bro? How's your family? Oh, man, I'm gonna throw up a prayer for your family, man. I'm gonna throw up a prayer for them, man. Yeah, man. Get off the phone. Man, these niggas ain't shit, man. They always really, bro? And saying and really? Elder Yashawamba says this all the time, and it hits home. He says, I've met the best people and I've met the worst people I've ever met in my life that knew they were Israelites. And you know, when you come to the truth, you wouldn't think it would be so, because we read all these scriptures that talk about all these character things, and you want to put ye on the elect, right? And the people who know they're Israelites will be the worst scumbags of all time. But even amongst that, you have some of the most genuine, integral, upstanding brothers that you could ever meet. But there's always a bad batch of whole ass niggas that have to come and ruin the fun, man. Right? Spots at our feast, like the scripture says. All right? GMS DeBar Kabash put Jude 1:4, for there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord. GMS Feed the Flock, Wisdom of Solomon 1:8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass him by. And we've recently had that happen to a guy out of Louisiana, man. Found out about a whole bunch of wickedness that was going on. Spirit had it to where we didn't even deal with the guy. Most I just got him up out of there. All right. And when it hit him, you could only pass by, man. When he was getting punished, you had to pass him by. It says, for inquisition shall be made unto the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his word shall come into the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. Man, ain't that real talk? That's exactly what happened. Backbiting, being a jive turkey is not going to go unpunished or unseen by the Spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai. It's always going to be found out. I don't care if you've been doing it for 6-7 years. You will be found out. Sitting up, getting drunk all the goddamn time, causing freaking strife everywhere, talking crap. The Most High will find you out, and you will be rooted out, because you're a hindrance to the movement. You're a hindrance to the brotherhood, the ministry, the place where the Spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai dwells. Okay? And usually these guys that are full of pride have no idea everything is crumbling around them, and they refuse to take personal account for what's going down. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. All right? Let's see. Yeah, that's a beautiful scripture. Verse 10 of Wisdom of Solomon 1:10. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid. Therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught. And the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. And definitely we've seen that. Definitely we've seen that over the course of the years of being here. You know, the stories that the apostles and the elders tell us about, but even Even us that have been here for a little while, even bros that have only been in for a couple of years, you've seen this. That backbiting, murmuring tongue will always be found out, man. And the Most High will always judge accordingly. Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. These are all the things that are manifest from the flesh. Like the scripture says, I believe in James, from whence come wars and fightings. They come from the lusts of the flesh, man. All these things, envyings. You got brothers that envy each other. Brother, look and see what somebody else has and envy and hate and over somebody else's gift or a situation that another brother is in, and like get mad at them and like hold a grudge. Flesh, that's manifest from the flesh. Okay, you're gonna have brothers in all different types of situations, and that's the situation that the Most High want to be in. You're gonna have a brother that might have a couple wives or certain things like that. Then you're gonna have a brother that's a eunuch. A brother that might just be making it day by day. Then you might have a brother that have a little extra money. A brother that lives in a small place and a brother that lives in a bigger place. Brother that lives in the country, brother lives in the city. Whatever it is, man. No need for envyings. That's of the flesh. Murders, drunkenness, right? That's an issue amongst the Akim. We all have to deal with drunkenness. Revelings, want to party too much. And such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So if you stuck in the spirit of allowing your flesh to win the battle, then you are not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High. You got to take personal inventory on whether you're losing that battle. Are you prioritizing other things, some of these things, over the truth, over the brotherhood? Brothers can't even check. You got guys that can't even check their own egos. You know? You can't even be told anything. You can't be told, hey, man, I noticed this. You all right? Well, brother, you can step it up in this area. Oh, daddy issues start coming out, tripping. I'm my own man. Can't nobody tell me nothing. The Most High, Yahweh Shem outside, will deal with me. Well, the Most High, Yahweh Shem outside, is dealing with you through a brother. We got to keep our reverence for the brotherhood, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shem outside dwells among it. Right? Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. You don't put those things as a priority over the ministry. Right? If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. It ought not be so. It ought not be so that brothers carry that type of mindset towards each other. Okay? That's right. It's ain't in the membrane. It's just totally bugged the hell out. With the stuff that we was hearing, it's just brothers showed temperance. They actually, now I'm thinking about it, listening to all these stories that we were hearing, which I'm sure, because when you read in Corinthians, when you read in all of the New Testament, pretty much, it was putting out fires that was happening amongst the churches. Jude, Titus, it was putting out fires that was happening amongst the churches, man. So how much more so is that going to be happening even to this day? So it's not like we're shocked about it, but that same fervence that you read that Paul and James, Peter, the same fervence that you can read through the words and receive how they felt about it, we feel those same emotions about it too, man. All right. But concerning all the ridiculous type of stuff we was hearing, brothers, a lot of brothers dealt with it with peace, long suffering, gentleness, temperance, meekness. And that's how they still got through. That's how they still here. Basically having a tyrant amongst them. You know, brothers had to suffer it because it was meant for them to harden them up. And for whatever reason, Yahweh Shem Yahushua wanted them to go through that, man. And that's happened to brothers down in Houston. That's happened to brothers all across the place, man. All right. We hearing these stories, even up in the Northwest. We hear these stories of like, damn, that's going on, bro. We had no idea. Damn, bro. Jake just turned into a leprechaun. You know, tripping. Just absolutely out their damn minds. Okay? But brothers suffer and deal with it, you know, because they don't want to be disrespectful to what's been set up at that time, man. So they go through the process. Okay? And hey, sometimes it happens like that, man. The Most High didn't say we was going to come out of here squeaky clean as far as, you know, it said we was going to deal with trials and tribulations. And some of the chiefest trials and tribulations will come amongst the body. And you're going to have the bigger picture to know that, hey, I believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I believe that the Most High set this thing up to go to the end, and I'm going to endure in this situation or that situation. I don't necessarily agree with it, or it has like hurt me in a certain type of way, but I know Yahweh Shem Yahushua is faithful. And as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, we'll get through it. Because I'm going to tell you, brothers, man, brothers that have gone through things, brothers that have been offended, brothers that have been treated poorly, you know, that's not the spirit of Great Millstone. That's not the spirit of what we have here. The spirit of what we have here is to call Yahushua back. The spirit that we have is confession of the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and to preach this word, man. And to show that love between one another. And that house of David is being built. And 1 or 2 or 3 scoffing jive turkeys are not going to derail what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has already been done, decided to move forward. Okay? Nothing will. Because the Most High has already determined it. You have to know that. No matter what you're going through, man. Brothers have been scoffed at. Brothers have been embarrassed. Had their images put up, and you know, all types of wickedness. But you got to know, hey, this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua wants. I deal with it. We're moving forward. We're moving on. Right? There's a bigger picture towards this thing that you have to make sure to keep a mindset about amongst whatever is going down. Because you best believe backbiters and jive turkeys, they will always get found out. They will always get found out, bro. Every single time. And the Most High will remove them. And things will be better from that point forward. Brothers are so happy to have the house cleaned. Smiles on everybody's faces. Woo! Goodness gracious. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushua for getting rid of that whole ass nigga. So much better now. The strife has ceased amongst Akim. Right? Now, Sirach 22 and 21, check. It says, though thou drewest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for there may be a returning to favor. So even though something happened between you and a bro, don't fear, because there can be a returning to favor. It says, if thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation. So there comes that long suffering and patience, and not allowing your anger to allow you to do something in haste, speak in haste, move in haste. It says, except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets or a treacherous room. For these things, every friend will depart. And so what happens if you have an art with a brother, there's these berailings and murmurings, disclosing of secrets, all this other stuff, man, that start going on before a reconciliation can even happen, that cause people say, you know, I will never fuck with you ever again in my life, bro. I don't care if we even in the truth. Bros will go into that energy. You see what I'm saying? And so we have to make sure that we don't put our mouth on something before it's time. And sometimes it can be years. There's bros that have held things in for years, offenses for years, because they knew there's a possibility of reconciliation down the road. But that takes a level of spiritual and emotional maturity to hold. Okay? And of course, you know, as us as young men, young brothers that is in this thing, when we first start crossing the, you get mad at something, you know, something happened, boom, 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 you ready to say what you need to say. But as you get older in this truth, you make sure to watch your mouth, man. But it's if you're full of pride, right? Especially if you got a problem with that bottle, that's why they call it spirits, right? All right, or what they call it, it makes you uninhibited when you should inhibit your damn tongue. But when you drinking, you become uninhibited. You rail and you put it out there for the angels to pick up, and now you be you know, the judgment can come on you for that, man. You got to be careful. You got to be careful of that. Okay, let's see what the brothers put up here. Let's see. Oh, bro's lighting this thing up. Yeah, this is a topic that hits. This is a topic that hits. This is the brother put. GMS the Barkabosh put Titus 1:15 and got separated. Until the pure, all things are pure, but until them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. Can't tell them nothing. Go and do what they want to do. Anointed refreshings put Sirach 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, holding all the ways of men and considering. Yeah, the angels is watching and considering the most secret parts. Yeah, you speak on something, doing this, you doing that. You trying to look good. You trying to protect your ego in front of everybody. Not realizing there's an angel standing right behind your shoulder, wanting to knock your head off, man. Okay? And it ought not be so. All right? Let's see. I'm going to go back. Keep going down this road. Psalms 101:5 says, whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Right? Him that hath a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. Right? So you got, if you let's say you brothers are chilling in the midst, you got people just talking down on other brothers, especially, you know, another brother in another camp, the apostles, the elders. You know, you've been in the truth for a year. You ain't even supposed to be amongst that, really. You know, dang sure he ain't talk to nobody about how he feel. Beware, man. Beware. Most High says those who privily slander his neighbor will I cut off. Hey, Shalom, yeah, but Hey, man, how you doing, bro? I was thinking about, hey, that's the spirit you hit me up, man. I was thinking about hitting you up, man. Get off the phone. Talking shit. Wicked. Be amongst the brothers, man. Chilling. Talking down. Just evil as all hell, man. Most I'll cut you off. And we've seen it. We've seen it over and over again. Right? So Psalms chapter 15, verse 2 says, he that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh the truth in his heart, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. All right? In whose eyes a vile person is a contempt. All right? But he honoreth them that fear the Lord. All right? And so you want to be mindful of maintaining the right type of spirit, man. All right? Now, when you read up in verse 1, it says, Lord, who shall abide in the tabernacle, who shall dwell in our holy hill? Someone who's maintaining this mindset. The Most High is building an army, and then you got whole ass niggas amongst the army destroying what's being built. Most High will remove those men because he is determined to build this army through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? All right? 12th says, so there's no problem send up Hebrew curse towards your own brothers. Some of you leaders are guilty of that. When the scriptures talk about putting curses on certain men all the time. But what do you mean about cursings? And what do you mean about brothers? So a lot of you guys have a loose definition of a brother. Anybody that say they're Israelite, that's my brother. No. Anybody that says there's an Israelite is not my brother. I don't know your definition of brother. And the scripture says, who don't call on his name, let him be accursed. Who don't abide by this doctrine, let them be accursed. When the scriptures determine for 2/3 of our people to be destroyed, that you do understand that's a curse, right? A lot of you guys got to grow up. You have a very immature mindset towards what the Most High is building, the intentionality behind the elect. And really, this was a closed-knit group. When you read in the New Testament, it was a closed-knit group. It wasn't talking about everybody. Everybody's not a brother. Everybody don't get a fucking pat on the back, man. Grow up. But amongst the brotherhood, amongst them that are here, amongst those that believe, we work and do our best. Do brothers have a slip at the tongue? Do brothers do things amongst each other that they shouldn't and have to reconcile? Absolutely. Is that not in the scripture? But we're talking about going too damn far. Being a fucking piece of shit amongst the brotherhood and a toxic, unedifying vessel that needs to be removed. That's who I'm talking about. And if that fucking makes you feel some type of way, then I'm talking about you. If you feel some type of way about what I'm teaching right now, I am talking about you most likely. You are the whole ass nigga. A lot of you guys are so damn immature, man. It's ridiculous. Goodness gracious, man. You don't have a clue what the fuck is going on. You read 3 scriptures, read about the elect 5 times, don't understand any of the prophecies and the mechanics behind it, and you just get on the comment board and talk shit. A lot of you are some entitled children. The apostles and the elders have been putting up these videos all these years. You come and eat and don't know what the hell, don't know the ingredients. You ain't met the chef. Don't even know how the restaurant got built. When you gonna come in there talking shit. Oh man, you should put more cheese on this shit, man. What you need? You need some more pepper. Get your bitch ass up out of here, bro. Now you guys are some entitled jerks sometimes, man. You need a whooping. It's ridiculous, man. Grow up. Grow up, man. Understand what I'm saying first. And shut your mouth. Goodness gracious, bro. Guys, it's ridiculous, man. But we're in this time, there's going to be a whole nother batch of people that get removed out of this thing. Because you're only here for your own glory. And not to glorify Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and what's being built. So whatever the Most High is going to allow to happen in your life is going to take you out for whatever temperament that you might have, whatever little temperament that you have will be discovered, and the Most High will have whatever he needs to have you cast out of this thing. Okay? Whatever seed, whatever ground you were planning on, ready to be offended, ready to be hurt, ready to say you don't understand me. Okay? We're talking about people who are toxic amongst the brotherhood, who are backbiters, whisperers. All right? They constantly stir up strife and contention. All right? The priority is their own ego before the manifestation of the spirit amongst the brotherhood. Those guys will always be found out. Guys that's just talking shit in the background all the time. Mark 4th chapter, 13th verse says, and he said unto them, know ye not this parable, and know how then will ye know all parables? The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. All right. And we always use the analogy of someone who comes to the highways and byways. They hear the word, immediately they're offended, and they walk off, right? And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. These guys that are coming around, we're going to have more bachelor guys come around. They haven't been through anything really yet in the truth. They finally start to go through things. They start to realize, oh, man, I can't pursue these things, or this is happening to me. Man, people are tarnishing my name. I can't be around my family like I used to. They don't believe in me. My woman wants to leave me. My job, man, they found out I'm an Israelite, and then they're offended, and they just decide to go away. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word. And in each one of these scenarios, the brotherhood is blamed every single time. In each one of the scenarios, the brotherhood, the person reflects it back onto the ministry. It's always the ministry's fault. It's always somebody else's fault why you quit. It's always some other reason. But chiefly, a lot of the times, the brotherhood ends up being blamed. Right? Okay? It says, and these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of the world, and the deceitfulness of riches, the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. Meaning the word is holding me back from doing these things that I really want to do. The responsibility amongst the ministry is holding me back from doing the things that I really want to do. Whatever it is. You know, it says deceitfulness of riches, wanting to pursue this or pursue that. Okay? And it becomes over more than the ministry and your responsibilities and duties to that, to the point to where you now it's like the truth gets on your nerves. All right? Or whatever, man. These are the type of things that are going to be seen more and more and more as another fresh crop of people come through. This is why it's so important to set a standard amongst the camps, amongst the churches, to backbiting people don't enter in. Like the one guy that was on here. He wouldn't be in my camp. He don't get it. He don't get it. It's over his head. The nature of how judgment is issued out to the one guy, 12,000 guy, he's too spiritually and emotionally immature. Okay? Or he's still hurt about something, whatever. All right, verse 20 says, and these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100-fold. Okay? These are some people, the brothers that's going to be good fruit. And those brothers that are good fruit are going to put pressure on the men that are meant to leave. It's going to be too hot. And that's how it always been going. That's how I've seen it. Even me in my short time hearing the truth. You know, little, 15 years? They just crops and then different crop. And then these people leave and then another crop and then it grows. Great Millstone Dallas started out with 2 people. All right. Now we have 4 camps operating. We got a camp right now operating. Might be 2 camps out there operating through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Friday nights, it's about 4 camps operating. Same thing in all these other was just you get some men come, you find the good ones, they keep producing. The other ones have these other reasons. They blame the brotherhood, leave. Then the Most High, through the preaching, more attracted, and it continues to grow and grow and grow. And the scoffer and backbiting, jive turkeys, you will not stop what the Most High started and what He wants to be done. Okay, you're not gonna stop it. You're just gonna be the talking point, an edification point, something for us to not be like. We'll grab it, move forward, move on. Okay. Now. He was getting on Jake nerves in the comment board, huh? Yeah, man. Oh, bro. Yeah, he wasn't gonna keep his foot, but just a kid. Probably just a kid. Whatever. I'll read a couple more of these scriptures and I'll roll out. I think the point's been made. The brother GMS Virgin Island, Straight Gate, Shalom says, 1 Corinthians 2:14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. That's right. There's certain aspects of how the inner workings of judgment within the brotherhood is spiritually discerned, man. It's like a ebb and flow to it. Yeah, there's gonna be certain aspects where people are cursed. Did not Peter kill Ananias and Sapphira? Hello, that's a curse. These guys are simple as hell, man. Peter killed somebody, bro. You gonna lead the truth? You killed him. You're supposed to forgive him, Peter. Damn, Peter. My daddy. Come on, bro. Pay attention. Okay. Guys don't get basic things, man. All right. I feel good. Love you, Akiam. Habatham. GMS down under Australia. Psalms 139 and 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? Right? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. No, King David. No. You can't hate. Why'd you say that? We're going to leave that part out. It's just like, guys, basic stuff, man. Sheesh. Goodness gracious, bro. Oh, somebody hurt because they by themselves. Don't be bad because somebody want to hang out with you, bro. It's bad because nobody wants to hang out with him. You're supposed to grow the camp, man. The point of this is growth, not some ego, I can do it by myself thing. This guy's crazy, man. Oh, man. What else we got on the comment board? Oh, yeah. I was going to pull that one. Elder Yashua put Galatians 1 and 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Definitely. That's a scripture showing you if they preach another doctrine, let them be accursed. To the hell with them. All right, grow up, grow up. Yeah, man. These marks got daddy issues, and any male authority they tell. Yeah, when the spirit is showing, because right now, Elder Yahshua is doing his thing through the spirit, man. A lot of people are listening to the videos. The brother's been putting in amazing work through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so that is garnishing some attention, and people are learning. But when the brother through all these years putting in all this work says something that hurts your feelings, and then the daddy issues start popping up. You can't have another man tell you anything, because you was raised by your mama, and she never could have another man tell her anything. That's why y'all was by yourselves over there talking shit, playing spades or whatever. A lot of guys have extreme daddy issues, and they cannot take the authority and the order that the Most High requires in this thing. The Most High is looking for a body of men, and amongst that body of men, there will be order. There will be. It's the way the Most High wants it. Okay? It's ridiculous, man. GMS desires the sincere milk, 1 Timothy 1:20, of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme. Yep. Yeah. I know. We talking about issues amongst the church. He come in and talk about that. Jake hurt. Jake is ridiculously hurt. But that was the point, man. It's good that we have those guys come on the comment board, because they truly highlight exactly what we've been talking about this whole time. You'll have these people just come up and they are so entitled about what's going on because they just been watching YouTube, and they get to watch videos and learn. So they act like they was at One West. Yeah, them hit dogs hollered like them up. And I said that at the beginning of the lesson. Anytime you do these type of lessons, it'll call it out. And there's brothers get mad. You guys get mad when y'all the 4-eyed geek. When the 4-eyed geek starts talking, Jake get mad, man. They get mad when I start talking, man. It's all good though, man. Lord willing, that was edifying to you, Akia, man. Lord willing, that was edifying, man. So we're gonna have more lessons like this to continue. The better we'll be able to. The most I puts the words in our mouths, and we're able to articulate what's really in our hearts and minds to say, we'll bring it out as such. So, once again, I'll say, Kahal Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakahawadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you. I came out there pushing the glory of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah in sincerity and truth. Shalom.